You may be noticing that life feels very unforgiving right now. Like there's a lot of things that may be falling apart. Things aren't working. You're trying to get somewhere, and it could be in any area of your life. And you know what? To be honest, probably it's in every area of your life in some way, shape, or form. But specifically, when I'm talking about your career, you're trying to get a team rallied, you're trying to get a promotion, you're trying to get a raise, you're trying to do something, and it's not working anymore. It is because life is becoming more unforgiving, but there is a reason for this. And I want you to lean in because this is a really important video. So, what has happened on the earth in the last number of years is the frequency has changed. And I'm not going to go into what that all means and what it all looks like because there's lots of science to back it up and you can go research it. And please do. If you want to know what this means, go research it. But the frequency in the planet has changed, which means that what used to work was sacrificing, struggle, giving up who you are, saying what you're supposed to say, fitting in, basically abandoning yourself to get ahead. That was the name of the game, and it actually worked. The reason it worked was because the frequency on the planet supported it. See, we are all connected. There's so much energetics that we have never been taught. But we're all connected and we're connected to the earth. And so when the energetic imprint of the earth changes, we all change and what works changes. So what used to work, sacrifice, struggle, giving up who you are, doesn't work anymore. It actually kept all of us in survival mode. And what's happening now is the earth is changing. So we come out of survival mode. The problem is that for most people, they've been in survival mode for so long, and you may not even feel like you're in survival mode. But if you are having to prove yourself constantly, if you're hustling, if you are constantly giving up who you are, even in the smallest bit, that is survival mode. Okay. So it may not feel like you're scrimping by month to month with your bills, but you could still very much be in survival mode. And often it shows up like we can't stop. We think if we stop for a minute, it's all going to fall apart. If you feel that in any way, shape, or form, that is survival mode. So what's happened is the frequency has risen, which means that what now works is authenticity, which is integrity, being in congruence with who you are, being in coherence. That's what actually works. And I see so many people trying so damn hard to get ahead and exhausting themselves. And I get it, I've been there. But what's happening now, when I say life is becoming more unforgiving, is the more you sacrifice, the more you give up who you are, and the more you give away your power, the less things are working. And you might think to yourself, well, I just need to get this next level. I just need to move ahead some way. And then I'll start taking it easy. And then I'll figure out my alignment and I'll figure out everything else. And I'm here to tell you it doesn't actually work that way. Because if it did, if you got your raise, if you got your promotion, if you got everything you wanted through hustling and self-sacrificing, you will never, ever stop self-sacrificing. Because now you've equated success with self-sacrifice, and they're linked, and they'll always be linked forevermore in your psyche. What's happening right now is life is trying to unhook you from that. It is saying, get into energetic alignment first, then execute. There's always action required. But you can't be self-sacrificing anymore. You can't be giving up who you are. It just doesn't, like the field doesn't hold it. The energetic field of the planet doesn't hold anymore. And you, like I said, you may be noticing this in many areas of your life where you tolerated certain things in your life. All of a sudden you're going like, I can't tolerate this anymore. I don't want to be around this person or this situation. And that's because the universe, source, God, whatever you want to call it, the energetic field is trying to pull you into alignment. And what it's going to do is going to keep whacking you and going, no, it's not that way. It's over here. It's over here and over here. And it's trying to get you back into alignment with who you actually are. Because all of us were conditioned to behave and be a certain way on this planet. It's not working anymore. So what's happening now is you're being asked, guided, nudged, pushed into actually being who you really are, listening to yourself, listening to your intuition, and reclaiming your power. But most people have such a huge block around reclaiming their power because they have seen power abused. But that's really authority and control. That's not somebody really in their inner power. Reclaiming your power is a much different thing. So if right now you've been trying to do something and you can't seem to get anywhere, and you used to be able to get somewhere doing exactly what you're doing, it's because you are needing to come more into energetic alignment with who you really are and who you be and where you're actually supposed to be going. And you're supposed to stop sacrificing who you are. So I hope this was super helpful. I'm just heading up to do some Christmas shopping right now, but I felt the urge to pop on here and do this video because I know so many of you, had all my clients this week, some of them are at the place where they're like, oh, I'm getting it now. Like I'm really getting it. And some are still like, gripping, holding on, trying to hold on to things, right? And the secret really is right now is learning how to release our control on how we think things are supposed to go, because that's not what's happening anymore at all. That's not the new era. And 2026 is going to be more and more like this. And actually, I am going to be recording a podcast very soon about 2026, how to really set yourself up for success in 2026. But this is going to happen more and more and more. Life is going to keep pulling you back in, so you stop self-sacrificing and stop abandoning yourself to try to achieve success. All right, beautiful souls. I hear the mall calling me now, so I'm going to hop off here. I hope you have an awesome day.